North Florida Sales, St. Vincent's Ascension, Siemens, Times Union Media, and Web.com. Learn more about Jack Sports at jacksports.com.
So that's what I want to wait and see. If he's practicing during the off-season, habit is to the main. That's what I want to see. That to me is a market.
Leading off the Seminoles fifth inning, the third baseman, number 22, Drew Mendoza.
He's working with those guys. There's a level of maturity and a level of respect that has to be demanded from the leader of the offense. And we've certainly criticized the maturity of some of those in the past, but recently there was an article in Boyd, and he said he has not been to the beach bar in about 2 years, which is funny and ironic because the couple games I attended as a fan this past season, all I heard people say if there was one errant thrower, even if the wide receiver dropped a good pass, they all would say beach bar Bortles, bar Bortles. Well, he's no longer, or at least he's working to not let that define him, and it shouldn't define him when these two things to him. I mean, Bar's very often I used to but he hasn't, because he's all or just have kids bring beer. And you might get more than one warm beer to get party started, but yeah, I do think that
The right fielder, number 23, Reese Alberts.
the question if he is mature enough in the playbook to be able to truly lead this offense. Well, and that's why they have running backs to kind of take the pressure off, I'm sure, but you still have to step up.
It's interesting you say that because I was listening to another podcast earlier this week, and AJ Boye was on, and he was talking about, they asked him how was AJ Boye, they asked AJ how Blake was in the locker room, and they mentioned that they hardly ever see him because he's always doing his thing and studying tape, and I thought that was interesting to hear from a defensive perspective, that they hardly ever see him in the locker room because of the fact that he's studying so much and just, doing his thing and working.
And that's awesome. But I think to be the true vocal leader of the offense, you have to take it a step
The center fielder, number 7, Stephen Wells.
We've seen his toughness, but I think the best thing that could have ever happened for Blake is exactly what happened during the postseason last year. Blake led the Jaguars to beat the Steelers 45-42. And then Blake almost led the Jaguars to beat the Patriots. It's not his fault that the play calling changed in the second half. So I do think that we're going to see him emerge as a leader this year, and more so a vocal leader than maybe we knew that he was before. The Texans are actually, betting odds-wise, the favorites to win the AFC South. Not the Jaguars that we think should win the AFC South. Do you think the Texans would be the team to pick?
They got to stay healthy. That was their biggest issue last year, is they could not stay healthy on the defensive side of the ball or the offensive side of the ball. But I still think that they're the third best team in the division. I still think it's the Jaguars first, the Titans second, then the Texans, and then the Colts. Rumors that Andrew Luck is starting to throw again.
Yeah, the Colts definitely are the last. When I was looking at this article, they said how
Don't miss your opportunity to be part of a Mike Martin baseball camp this summer. Each one of the Mike Martin baseball camps offers further development of individual skills through instruction, individual multiplayer drills, as well as interaction with players off the field in a great on-campus setting. Different camps run through the months of June and July. For more information, visit MikeMartinCamps.com.
He is an old school tough guy, so I don't know how that's going to
2018 Florida football season tickets are now on sale. Visit FloridaGators.com/tickets to find out about payment plans and more information.
Bill O'Brien, and he hasn't done anything with any quarterbacks there, so I don't know how much I think. Over a team that swept that team twice. And then it's a team that got orders. Got players. I understand
the center fielder, number 26, Nick Blythe.
The Giants are likely not changed as much as but if they were open to trading them, do you think the Jaguars should buy?
No. There is no way you cannot touch that guy with a 10-foot pole. Not one bit. He is too much of a head case. He reminds me of Ocho Cinco, but I forget the one wide receiver.
Terrell Owens.
That was bipolar.
Right?
Yes. He was with Miami.
Yeah.
He reminds me too much of him. And you don't, Marshall, you don't know what you're going to get with him. Yeah, maybe he'll listen, maybe he won't listen, maybe he'll show up, maybe he'll do something stupid and get fined. You don't know. So no thank you.
The only reason I would say yes to that is just to see him and Taylor Ramsey battle it out at practice every day. So entertaining. That.
The shortstop, number 8, Deacon Lewis.
To be able to come into the culture that Jaguars created last year.
Not at all.
And that's the thing, and I think Jacksonville, especially a star with wide receivers and issues.
Yes.
Diddy Westbrook, no. Yes, he came in with some off-the-field issues in college, but has certainly had no issues in Jacksonville. But Justin Blackmon with his substance abuse issues, and that's what
Jimmy
Odell is
Smith.
dealing with because, right, Jimmy Smith on that. Although Jimmy's at least kept him on, he wasn't affected long term, maybe long term, short term. Blackmon, obviously, the entire career went out the window because he couldn't stop smoking marijuana and or drinking and driving. Which, by the way, the first time I ever met Justin Blackmon was here at Baseball Grounds in Jackson. Somebody that I worked for had like a employee appreciation with. And we were in a suite over there on the first baseline. And the boss that I had at the time, her daughter, was dating or is now married. At the time they were dating. And Cecil brought Blackmon, obviously wide receivers in the Jaguars. And the moment I introduced myself, I was like, he reeks of pot, right? Reeks of it, and here we are, where there could be certainly high-level sports people around.
Yeah, you got smart.
Yeah, that seems like really dumb. Yeah, and I'm not somebody who's saying this shouldn't throw a period in the discussion. Do whatever you want to do with your life. However, if you want to play NFL, you obviously do that. And as it turns out, Blackmon decided that playing in the NFL wasn't what he wanted to do. Draft choice of Blackmon has now scarred the Jaguars' life probably as an organization. These fans don't necessarily take a guy and get
Right. It's all about OJ. So he probably doesn't want to touch up with the
right now.
I would have to trust Bob.
Yeah, it would definitely be difficult. Boston game's okay on it. I think this is good, but outside of that, I don't want it anywhere near my team, especially this game of
I ordered the burger pie. It is a massive burger pie sandwich.
You know, it's funny. I saw somebody walking by, and I didn't know what it was. I just saw the pepperoni on top of what was like a plain crust. I was like, what kind of weirdo gets a pizza with no cheese, no sauce, just pepperoni and a crust? And then, Welcome to YouTube. Sorry for those technical difficulties earlier, but hopefully you can hear us loud and clear now. Know it's a little noisy out here, but just let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or questions or anything like that. We're going to do our best to showcase the
shortstop, number 16,
Springfield tonight for UF versus FSU.
It's never now. So.
I set the lock, so I knew where to put it. I'm like, not right away. I mean, I put it in the second one.
Alright. This is to Facebook.
I'll put my sweatshirt on.
I'm about to put my sweater on too. I almost wore a Jaguar shirt and I was like, no, don't be that person.
Got a Marshall sweater?
Yeah. My brother left there.
All right.
Plus, it's got my, like, big sweatshirt I can wear. Hard to find stuff, man. So I got on the scale today, and you see what I look like.
Yeah,
I haven't gained 1 pound.
because your muscle has
Isn't that
moved
insane?
around. That is insane.
My
But
muscle
I
has,
mean,
like,
you don't look.
disappeared.
You certainly don't look big.
No, but I look farther along than I am.
So that is great.
I think that's good.
Yeah, that's yours.
But good. That's a
Take
good thing.
mine.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. I'll
Dang.
gain more once it starts gaining weight.
Quality's starting to suck too.
But it's nice really starting to show because I feel like I can get away with it. I was expecting them to say something about this. I was going to be like, come on, you can't,
I didn't say anything about this.
you can't deny Greg going to the school. Like, I thought I'm going to milk it.
Somebody kissed me like right here earlier. So many people come in and said hello. And then I had this kiss. It was my dad.
Oh.
Then my
then
mom
that's
comes
okay.
over. I know. Then my mom comes over while we're on. And she's like, her friend's like, how long till break? I'm like, 10 minutes. And she's like, she just walked back up to their seat.
Be sure to follow the games on social media for all the most up-to-date news, special events, and promotions. You'll find direct links to the official Florida Gators Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as Twitter profiles of teams and coaches. Visit FloridaGators.com/social for more information today.
Yay. It's not the 8th inning. It's the only time it should be played.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new Florida pitcher, number 15, Jordan Butler.
Good timing.
Burger pie.
JT loves this song. Then way everybody keeps going. We don't care.
the second baseman, number 3, Nick Durr.
Welcome back to Helmets and Wheels, built by Dreamtime. Live on location at the Florida State Florida game. They're here the baseball rounds.
Florida.
Aren't they? Are they technically the
Florida technically. So you have.
Okay, so I was gonna say I'm sure I had that right. Hey, I was doing it for you. But the Gators do have a 1-0 lead, and that's all I can see because everybody else is standing up.
I know.
So that's
Maybe go sit in their seat.
so we had a fun topic. I enjoyed this story that I found last week about a soccer player. Do you know of him? You are way soccer more than Blythe than I could ever be. And a Robert Lewandowski. He is no foreign players more than that. So, and that's what, yeah, he played. He is the third most scorer behind, obviously, the teammate, and so back in 2011, he got injured, and he goes, you know what, I need help, and so he said, go ahead, at his then time, it was his fiancée, now his wife, who is a well-known nutritionist. She has almost 2 million
For the
followers.
Seminoles in the 6th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 no errors, and no runners left on base.
So he goes, you know what, you have
Hey guys, it's Kelly here. The USWT is coming to Jacksonville next month, April 5th. I expect all my Georgia people to be there, so see you guys then.
everything changed, and he credits all of it to her for taking over his new eating habits. So, what's her Instagram name? I will look it up in all of my.
I mean, no good stuff. No sugar, no carbs.
Yeah, it's
Nothing we're eating tonight.
It's probably almost the TDO method. Is what it's.
The Jack Sports Council would like to thank you for attending tonight's game. Special thanks to tonight's game sponsor, Hodges Mazda at the Avenues, and to our Jack Sports Premier partners, the Adeco Group, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, the Nimbic family of dealerships, North Florida Sales, St. Vincent's, Ascension, Stevens, Times Media, and Web.com. Learn more about Jack Sports at jacksports.com.
Pretty healthy.
Leading off the Gators, 6th inning, number 27, Nelson Maldonado.
I hate shopping and I hate getting dressed. I would love
Nice. Okay.
For me, anything that has to do with planning. I make so many arrangements. I coordinate so many things. I plan for other businesses, other companies. And so for me, the last thing I want to do is I don't want to come home and have to plan more. So I love to be able to take the reins and hand them over to someone else and let them make the decisions.
So did you plan the Disney trip?
I did, but I went on a girls trip, so that was me. And my girlfriend is not a planner, and we try to structure the day a little bit. But the best part about Disney and the best part I think about trips is just sort of letting the day come to you.
The third baseman,
Dinner
number
arrangements,
6,
things you
Jonathan
need,
India.
but outside of that, you just sort of let the day come to you because the plans are going to get messed up. You can't plan and strategize for everything. So we try to have a loose structure, an idea of what we're going to do, and then sort of let the day come to us.
What would you like to take?
Oh gosh. I don't know that I want to take anything over.
The guy says, yeah, go ahead, you can have full reign of this.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question because
Want to dress him?
no. Unless they were a bad dresser. If they were a bad dresser, then yeah, I would probably want to be like, you probably don't want to wear that. You probably don't want to wear your Jordans to a golf tournament, maybe. That might, because that has happened before, and I said you're going to be very uncomfortable in Jordans and jeans at a golf tournament. Yeah, it wasn't a smart decision, but hey, I made the suggestion and he paid for it later.
I would love for my husband
16, Will Dalton.
So why doesn't he do that now?
Because he deals with nothing. He deals with too much.
Just let him take it over.
Yeah. But and we joked. I told him that when we were gonna do this topic, I had to take over the financial. Yeah, that's I think I would do what Robert, the soccer player, did. I would love to take over his. Because besides us right now, maybe pregnant, not being 35, and I'll probably go get me some nachos instead.
Some of us are not pregnant and still like
And still I both.
But I like to be very healthy. And you see what you guys know what I mean. And he just has very into a lot of carbs. And I would definitely take over that. Bread every night, stop.
Guys just don't they can eat it like a bottomless pit of a stomach, and you can't, a woman, I mean, I know I can't.
Well, we're more self-conscious. And I think we're, I don't know, either more grossed out by what our bodies do. We eat something or like, oh man, I'll put that in my mouth. So the guys, I would say, Tom is the exception right here because he is extremely healthy. But there, I would say, probably 70% of the men out there are what I like.
Yeah, well, and I
The catcher, number 22, J.J. Schwartz.
immediately, you can't tell if a guy's putting on 5 to 10 pounds.
But they can also lose it.
Right.
And they can. But females, I feel like you can tell when a chick has gained even like 5 pounds and you're like, oh, she hasn't been, working out or she's really been letting her diet slide. And it's like, dang it. People can tell so quickly. For guys, yes, obviously if they get to a certain point. But
Like that poor ESPN analyst that got called out for being fat a couple weeks ago.
Oh, she was asked if she,
And she's like,
everybody wants to know.
yeah, she's very small. This has already happened, so it's kind of a cheap answer, but they came to us looking for houses and buying a house. Yeah, I virtually So that's something where I would have said, even though now it's kind of in the past, but I would have said when it comes to like, where we're going to live, that is all me. I'm going to look at places 1,000 times a day. I'm going to research mortgage rates. I'm going to talk, with my realtor for hours upon hours. I'm going to critique every single place. I absolutely will put, effort and work into stuff and research.
Forgeters in the section, no run, 20 through those errors, and 1 runner left on base.
When we built in Knoxville, we found a location and
Get your first look at Ken Mullen's 2018 Florida football team as they wrap up spring practice. With a new orange and blue, presented by Sunnyland. Saturday, April 14th, the slot, 3 p.m. and the is free to all fans. Visit FloridaGators.com for more information.
They care about certain things, certainly the house, our location, that kind of
The final game of the Fresh from Florida Sunshine Showdown will take place in Tallahassee, Tuesday, April 10th at 6 p.m. at the College Stadium. Purchase your tickets today by visiting Seminoles.com or call 888-FSU-NOLE.
we saw the creeds from NBA. I mean, they're going to take stickers, avatars, logos, whatever it is.
Well, it's kind of it's an online game where everybody can get together. You can play in a 4-player co-op mission, which means you're playing with other people and to take down zombies and build your fort and build your area and protect it. And you do that by like a couple different missions, like different weapons or different strategies. One player might just be out there killing guys. One player might be out there, collecting different artifacts and items that you can use for the game. Basically, you're working together like a team in order to accomplish your goal. And I haven't played the game yet. I downloaded it today for research purposes, but apparently it's on a wait as far as the mobile version is concerned. But it's all on the big, consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. So it's taken over that way. But see, games like this never end. You just keep playing. It's almost like kind of. took over because you're playing with other people and you're collecting things and you're, there's microtransactions too on the game, so you can level up and buy different things and different guns and weapons. And
so how do you know when you're done at night? Like you just have to have self-control. I'm going to bed. If games are going.
Pretty much. I mean, you can. They have apparently, from what I was reading, is that you when you get your first win, it's a huge deal. The Villanova. There's an NBA player right now. He was on Villanova last year, I believe, and he hit the last second shot in order to win the game. He was on the Dan Patrick show, and Dan Patrick asked him, he said, okay, hitting the last second shot to win the game or getting your first win in Fortnite. And he said that getting his first win in Fortnite was better. It was a better feeling than hitting that last second shot. Because he said that, with playing with Villanova, it's a temper, throughout the whole game. But then with Fortnite, that was when you get your first win. It's exhilarating. And he said, ran through the whole house like screaming. And
so how do you win if it never stops?
You win different battles. You win different battles. You get to a certain level. You play with other people, and I think that's the biggest thing as far as like athletes. So they don't go out, they don't get in trouble. They play video games with each other, and it's not just this game. They're playing FIFA, they're playing Call of Duty, they're playing all sorts of games. This is just the latest one that's taken over.
I mean, it's so huge that they come out with stats that people across the country spend more than 5,000 years watching Fortnite streams on a video game.
So Twitch.
Just watching, not
playing. Esports is an incredibly growing, industry as far as that's concerned. There's lots. It's like watching a live sporting event. You're watching people play video games, and I've actually seen it. But
these are humans,
and you're outside.
I've been to a quote unquote esports event, and I sort of made fun of it for a little while too, until you go and you watch it, and it's amazing. It's a lot of fun because you find yourself cheering like during Mario Kart races or something. Somebody throws out a banana, and then they lose, and then they end up winning, and it's you got the whole crowd going wild. It's nuts.
And see, I certainly get if you're a professional athlete, this is a great thing to do during downtime.
Yes.
You're certainly excited about it. You're not spending money, but you're also not even going near issues or anything like that.
You're not getting in trouble.
Right. However, if kids who need to be outdoors playing are playing this video game for hours upon hours instead, or even watching it, should there be a limit, right, from the parents saying, this is
of course. We played video games all as a kid. During the day, we weren't allowed to just sit in the house and play video games all day. We had to go outside, but we still got a fair amount of gaming done when we were kids. It's Josh Hart from Villanova. He said the winning the Fortnite game was better than Villanova.
Well, let's find out what we have some best under the radar events going on.
I'm so excited about this.
We also have plenty of college basketball to talk about with me and Dempsey in the running for the Miracle Challenge. It's very exciting.
Down to the wire.
Down to the wire. So more coming up live at the baseball ground here in Jacksonville.
Good job.
For the Seminoles of the 7th, 3 up and 3 down. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stand for the 7th inning stretch.
You want to know?
I don't need anything else. I'm good. So if you were
We're gonna go try some more baseball food, and you guys are gonna come with us. We already had the nachos. So you just heard a little bit of the 7th inning stretch. We're just waiting on Donna. She's got the company credit card. Yeah.
Go to that side.
Here, let's turn this around so you guys can see what we're doing. I got the beer right there. Gonna have to give me one of those in a minute.
Yeah, my wife and I, boy, would I love to have that.
When did you do? shrimp. Coconut. Yes. Y'all see this right now? You're definitely getting some boom boom shrimp, coconut shrimp, some jambalaya,
Cake fries.
we're gonna get some of those too. Because Donna's reaction.
What are funnel cakes?
We're about to find out.
Mind if I did?
Damn, it's a long line up here. Look at all these people.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think boom boom shrimp.
Boom boom.
Yeah, boom boom shrimp.
What makes it boom boom?
Probably the sauce. Yeah, the sauce on them. That smell is glorious right now. I don't even know if there's sympathy with these people, but I hope you guys are entertained right now. We're just going with it tonight. I can probably hear the best right now. Better than earlier in the show. Are we going to be able to have enough time in commercial break for this?
Go back over there if you want. I'll wait. I'll get it.
That might be best.
Yeah. You want boom boom?
Yeah, boom boom shrimp.
Okay.
Alright, Donna's gonna get the food
I
for
got
us.
the card.
She's got the credit card. I'm gonna go back to the spot.
It's crazy.
Here's a little bit of the beautiful park. Sorry. Okay, move back. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay. Let me see. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour. Donna's gonna go get some food and bring it back to us.
He's got a new one. Mine's 11. He's a baby girl. Mia?
How old?
3 months.
Let's go! Starting to get cold.
Little lady. Good, well behaved, you know, all that stuff. Try to teach him the father and stuff over here. You know. What happened to you? You want to say hello? Let's go!
For the Gators in the 7th inning, 3 up and 3 down.
Thank you. How much time do we have? Oh, 2 minutes.
Groove by night at the Jacksonville Jazz Festival Memorial Day weekend in downtown Jacksonville. Experience the sights and sounds with jazz enthusiasts from around the world as they celebrate the music, art, and culture of jazz. 3 days, 3 stages, world-class artists spanning over 15 straight blocks, and it's all free. The Jacksonville Jazz Festival, May 24th through the 27th in downtown Jacksonville. For an artist lineup and event information, visit jacksjazzfest.com. That's jacksjazzfest.com.
As always, thanks for
Hodges Mazda is brought us onto the Florida State baseball game of the baseball grounds of Jacksonville. They're a family-owned business and look forward to serving you. Visit online at hodgesmazda.com. Come experience the Hodges advantage.
That's by using the code. That's right. All you gotta What's crazy about it, I know you guys are talking about baseball, but if you were following these two programs tonight, you might notice they score a lot of home runs. However, tonight we've seen 0 pitching back. I'm telling you, I have not seen a better college baseball series in years than I watched last weekend.
How long is the season though?
It starts.
Is it playing like legit in the winter?
Absolutely. Because it's totally. They started. It's always hard because they intermix with basketball. So they start during basketball season. So probably, I think it's February 20th, so right in there.
Okay.
And then it'll run through the summer when they have Omaha College World Series in Omaha in June. So it's about a 4-month-long season, way shorter than the NBA or Major League Baseball.
Just a tad.
Or hockey, anyway. Again, Florida up 1-0 at the heat. It has been so much fun for me tonight. My parents are here, my mom's best friend is here with them. I've gotten to see some friends from high school, one who played baseball. I have not seen them probably since college. And then some other friends who just got engaged Christmas Day, going to a bridal shower here shortly. They're here. So another friend who's getting engaged, I saw him. So it's been an absolutely fantastic evening. All right, we're going to get to some of the best under-the-radar events or places or things to do in Jacksonville. This comes up because Florida State, this baseball game, this rivalry, held at the baseball grounds in Jacksonville every year, is, I think, one of the best under-the-radar sporting events in Jacksonville. Again, it always sells out, but this is the first time that they've ever had not just the sellout, but standing room only as well. This place holds about 11,000. So I'm guessing that they come out somewhere between 11,500 and 12,000 people here at the baseball grounds. I can't even see the berm because people are standing up, but you know the berm is packed. One of my friends that I just saw actually told me that a foul ball hit a table right in front of him. Someone had their phone on the table. Phone smashed to 1,000 pieces. I was like, forget about the phone. I'm glad I didn't hit you in the head.
Who's responsible?
You are. When you go on the berm, you are responsible.
No, and so oh wow, so you don't even get that replaced by the I mean, like, I need to speak to your manager.
Well, but you've been to enough baseball games, you'd be smart enough not to have your phone out where the baseball can hit it. But obviously it's been a great thing that a lot of the stadiums are starting to get it. Back to some of the best under-the-radar events in Jacksonville. This one, we got a good one again, 1-0 Florida over Florida State. But give me some of yours.
I got a few, and the first one that I wanted to talk about actually is going on this weekend. It's called the Market for Makers event, and what it is they showcase all of the local entrepreneurs and the handcrafted jewelry, even anything from like nail polish, nail technicians, hot sauce makers, craft cocktails, things like that. They have all of these in an old warehouse, and they set up shop there, and they're all these just local entrepreneurs that are usually out at the different like Riverside Arts Market or even at the beaches. So it's almost like the Arts Market on steroids, and they hold it in like this huge warehouse called the Glass Factory, which they just opened I think about a year ago, and they hold a bunch of different special events there and things like that. So that's going on this weekend. I have a couple more, but I feel like you got a good one next.
I feel like all of mine are good ones, but St. Augustine Night of Light. I think that, and they're not necessarily in Jacksonville. That's something where honestly I didn't even know about it until about 2 years ago. And friends of ours said, "Hey, have you guys ever been to Night of Light?" And I was like, "I don't do like touristy stuff. Right? I'm way too cool. I don't like traffic, and I don't like waiting in line." But what we did was we got a great breakfast spot. Went to one of the bars there, listened to some live music, then walked over, got a couple pictures taken at Night of Lights, then walked back to the bar, heard more live music. It was phenomenal. It's not like you have to go and be dedicated to walk around Night of Lights for a long time, but it's so gorgeous. The thousands of lights that they put up. And then you're also getting back to St. Augustine Night Lights. Have you ever been?
Yeah, I have. The only thing I didn't like about Night of Lights is the traffic to get there. Because you have to take that little one-lane road, you go over the bridge, you get into St. Augustine. I didn't like that, but once you get there, it's beautiful to look at. And downtown St. Augustine is just so, the walkability of the whole, like, just sort of historic area.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please, new Florida pitcher, number 17, Michael Byrne.
Thursday night, Wednesday or Thursday night, so there really wasn't terrible traffic, and so that was kind of the best part about it.
I went on a Friday night. I think that was a big mistake.
FloridaGators.com is the premier site for all your Gators sports news. Read the latest stories, check out scores, and watch live games. Plus, you can get the best in game merchandise. All at FloridaGators.com.
tooth collecting because North Florida has one of the best spots in the world globally as far as shark tooth collecting, and it's one of those things that's it's free to do. You can go up to Fernandina, you can go up to Ham Park. Ham Park is $5 to get to that park, but outside of that, you can go on the beaches in order to find different sharks. There's megalodon sharks that have been found out there. It's basically a prime picking ground for collectors.
Now, fun little
I've been to Shrimp Festival. Well, it's the same weekend usually as the Kentucky Derby, so I have to be a little careful when I go up to Shrimp Fest. I can't have too much fun because Derby Day is coming up, but it is a great time, and they do have a lot of shrimp.
We used to go every year, and sometimes we'd go by boat. And went on a friend's boat this past weekend up to Amelia Island, freezing on the way back, but awesome on the way there. But that area too, like St. Augustine, is just so incredibly quaint, and everybody's in a good mood, and there's ice cream, and there's bars and everything. It's a blast. So I highly recommend the Shrimp Festival. I love shrimp, all kinds. Yes. Fried, grilled, blackened.
About to get some more shrimp. That's what Zana is waiting in line for right now.
Well done, pregnant woman. Way to be the one sent to wait in line for the food. But yeah, so it's a fun event, and you can go to all the different tents that are set up with the shrimp, and you can sample whatever you want. All right, what else you got?
I got my last one here, and I have it.
Like 10 more.
I wanted to keep it like sort of low key and like super unique. Well, not low key, but yeah, definitely unique. But I've never been to this, but I've seen pictures of it, and it looks amazing. It's called the Legend Series, and it's where these dinners.
Carrie started it.
Oh gosh, she works for Intuition. She has a cookbook, correct?
Now she lives in Oregon.
Oh dang.
She majored in. She got a master's in like gastroenterology or something. Basically, like the art of pairing food.
Well, she does an amazing job from the photos that I've seen because they hold these special dinners, and you have to buy the ticket up front. You don't know what kind of food there's going to be there. You don't know where it's going to be. Send you an email the day of the event, and that's where you have to show up. But they've done these elaborate dinners on farms, even in a cemetery, in the old Barnett building here in downtown Jacksonville. They've done these dinners in fantastic locations. It's one of those things that's on my Jacksonville bucket list to do. I haven't done it yet, but the photos look amazing.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if they were continuing now that she's moving to Portland. But yeah, we were actually, Frank and I went to Barley today for lunch and to talk with them about potentially doing some shows out there. And we were talking, that's actually another one on my list, is Barley.
That's a great spot.
If you have not, I had never been there. I've seen 1,000 pictures.
Did you go out on the water?
And no, we drove.
Well, that's right, you walked out there.
Yeah, we didn't get there by water, but yes, we walked all through. They took us through a tour of the brewery. They showed us why their beer is better than maybe some other breweries, even local breweries, because they have a water filtering system, and they will match. So, for instance, they have a beer where you love Bud Light. You can request, hey, I want a beer that tastes like Bud Light. And they'll select this beer for you. It's called Left. And the reason that you might like it is because they're going to match the water profile of the water in Minnesota, where Budweiser originated, and therefore your beer is going to taste very similar to a beer like that. So the water profiles, they'll be matching or creating
the designated hitter, number 27, Raphael Oregon.
And so they said sometimes if you go somewhere and you kind of smell the beer, it smells funny. It's because the water is not necessarily the best. And so we were talking to them about the Legend Series, as a matter of fact, Carrie came up. And they said they went to one at Hungary and
yes,
the farm.
That's a local
And
farm.
They said it was magical, incredible. Everything you've ever imagined it is, that's what it is. So that's one of mine. And then I also have to go with the music festivals that are free at the Seawalk Pavilion. Sometimes you'll get local bands. Sometimes you'll get, like last year I got to see a lot of the country guys that are totally well known. Josh Turner, everybody's heard of. Now Luco's the guy coming to TPC this year. Donna just brought back, by the way, some
Boom Boom Shrimp.
Boom Boom Shrimp,
Nachos and these are
Photo!
cake fries.
awesome. And then there's nacho cheese sauce in a little cup. And I bet if Blythe had a spoon, she would drink it.
I don't need no spoon. This is my fingers.
So,
That's gross. I probably shouldn't say that out loud.
I'm going to go with that. Swinging the Blues is another one of those music festivals. With that Seawalk Pavilion. Donna, what is one of the under the radar best things in Jacksonville? And this, by the way, we have so many it's going to continue in the next year.
That's good because I know a lot of people know that I've got a 5-year-old, so we'll get out much, but if I do, it's going to be 5-year-old oriented. And so when this topic was brought up, I jokingly was like, hey, Chuck E. Cheese is pretty good. But the one place I really do enjoy is the main event.
Have you been there before?
Yeah, it's, you know, it is. It's a lot. It has, I can see that as far as even customers, but it's, well, it's just maybe.
Foul ball scared.
Yeah.
I will duck any foul ball.
Yeah, I really like the main event. It's more low key, but fun games and widespread. And I really enjoy it.
Well, a few of the ones that you missed, I said St. Augustine Night of Lights. I'm sure you've been that before. That's awesome.
Went for the opening this year.
Have you ever been to the Shrimp Festival in Amelia Island?
No, I have not.
Okay, I highly recommend that if you like shrimp.
For the Seminoles of the 8th and the Donuts Nuggets, they're looking at theirs and 100 left on mix.
It's almost like a super upscale flea market with local entrepreneurs,
A
local
affordable
craftsmen,
family fun returns to the baseball grounds.
They made items, even like craft cocktails, hot sauce, things like that, like all these different kinds of things that you would expect. Almost like a Riverside Arts market, but it's
Shrimp.com for details. Shumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Yeah, every other Saturday, and they have a different theme every time. And I know.
Number 6 ranked Florida Lacrosse takes on Utah in the Big East opener Saturday, March 31st at 12 noon. Admission is free for all fans. Stick around following the game for an autograph session with the Gator student athletes. For a complete list of team promotions, visit FloridaGators.com. Get your first look at Dan Mullen's 2018 Florida football team as they wrap up spring practice with the annual Orange and Blue game presented by Sunnyland. Saturday, April 14th, this swamp, 3 p.m. Admission is free for all fans. Visit FloridaGators.com for more information.
Are they real fries?
Your attention, please. The new right fielder for the Seminoles.
What is that?
Number 1, Skylar Fred.
Oh, nice. I really like sweet. I'll have shrimp.
And leading off the Florida 8th inning, the center fielder, number 26, Blythe.
There we go.
Well,
Boom Boom Shrimp are good.
that's what I forgot. Game's almost over. They're not selling beer.
No, they stopped while I was there.
Yeah.
Because they took all the bottles away, and someone walked up and just want beer. I go, so sorry, I can't. It's like, you're holding it. That's fine. Like, sorry. What, do you want to go get a water or something? I got the card.
I guess. That's just because that's real spicy.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
I was in a waffle bowl.
You got it.
I'm used to that drill. That was all last week.
Yep. Thank you. Seriously, I'm digging these funnel cake bars. Boom shrimp good?
It's really good.
Is that like a real waffle cone?
Yeah, a waffle bowl.
Like an edible waffle bowl?
We gotta find out.
Yeah?
The shortstop, number 8, DJ Lopez.
Smart too. I bet they save a lot of money.
Right? I know I want to eat those, but oh my god, it's so good. I love being pregnant.
I ain't pregnant. I'm still eating good though.
I might want to save that. Because I do want me some.
I kind of wish they would have mixed it up.
Thank you.
A little more.
It was very fast.
Yeah, there's nobody in line now.
No.
Because they stopped the beer sales. Where everybody's like, never mind.
What's so funny is last week, Frank was saying how basketball players, football players, if you're on campus, you know exactly who they are. Or at least if you don't know who they are, you can tell that's a basketball player, that's a football player. He was like, baseball players, you don't always know. Don't worry. I might be all right. Somebody caught it. I think somebody on the burn caught it.
The designated hitter, number 27, Nelson Maldonado.
I make a joke that you can tell a baseball player because they ooze cockiness and arrogance. And it's so funny because the guy I had in mind from high school is the one that stopped by tonight and was like, hey, you do a great job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I never said his name or anything, but still I'm like, that is the weirdest coincidence. I haven't thought about the kid in forever.
Say, normally catchers.
Catchers, I feel like you can tell because they're butts.
And their legs.
Yeah.
That's hockey players too. Hockey players got the nicest butts in all sports.
I can say you can tell with their teeth.
That too. My roommate, or my old roommate, used to leave. He had a couple false teeth, but he had it on a retainer because you didn't want to get your permanent teeth until you were done playing. So he would leave his retainer with his couple false teeth of the house all over.
Ew.
Disgusting.
That's gross.
Who does that? So you're bringing it back? But I can mix in my under the radar stuff in the food topic. Thank you. Here we go, Blythe.
What? Welcome back to the Helmets and Heels, built by Dreamfinders Homes. We are live at Reagan Field for FSU versus UF. I think UF just took the lead, or they had the lead, but it's 2-0 right now. They just had a run. And just still 1-0. Just kidding.
What you heard earlier was somebody on the burn.
I thought it sounded like a home run. I said, oh, so now the game is 2-0. Just kidding. My name is Blythe Brumleve. I'm joined alongside Donna Murphy and Lauren Brooks. And in the last segment, we were talking about the most underrated players in Jacksonville. He's one of them, which we're going to get into in just a second. We had a couple more that we wanted to touch on as far as the most underrated events here in Jacksonville. We'll talk about some different of them, some of the beach, some downtown. What else we got?
Make sure you don't miss out on the all-water action and excitement. June 2nd, today at Memorial Park for the 5th annual P1 Powerball Jacksonville Grand Prix. See you there. Jack Sports would like to thank you for attending tonight's game. Don't miss your chance to get first right to purchase tickets to next year's Florida versus Florida State baseball game and other Jack Sports events by becoming a member of the Jack Sports Council. Membership is free. Register at jacksports.com. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's attendance for Florida State, Florida at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville, 9,613. The Jack Sports Council thanks you.
I would say anytime you get to go to Bishop Kenny and watch the game, it's so cool. And I know the same could be said for Episcopal.
Sure. They're both up there.
But it's just, I mean, with Everbank, TIAA,
The bank.
The bank.
Still says Everbank on the building. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
And then a few more. The Jacksonville Backyard Championship. Barbecue Championship that benefits a couple huge charities. I have judged it before. I'm going to judge it again.
Leading off at any time.
But you don't have to
The
necessarily.
shortstop, number 16, Mike Salvatore.
Somebody cooking or a judge. You can just show up and pay a few dollars to then eat the barbecue that everyone's making, which is delicious. They make 3 different types of meat, and it's at tailgaters this year, so you'll taste the best of the best. That's fantastic, and it benefits the Blythe Cooking Memorial Scholarship.
Mom is a theater nerd, so she buys all the tickets.
If you have a night where something's playing at JT, you want to go see, or if you want a day night ticket, phenomenal. Such a fun time. Brian,
The second baseman, number 3, Nick Durr.
he loved it.
And you get great food too with it. And it's a super up close environment. I mean, if you go to some of the other theater shows that are around town, you kind of sit far away. This is still it's an enjoyable experience. But the Alhambra, you're up close and personal with the acts. Like the stage, you're literally sitting around the stage and eating while the performance is going on. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm at a restaurant, so we can get to those a little later.
Oh, well, jumping right into food because that was the best part. And for those who don't know, I missed the show last week because I was at Disney covering a couple different stories. And one of those stories was all of the different food options that are available, not at just the theme parks, but at Disney Springs, which is what downtown Disney used to be called, but now it's called Disney Springs. It's so gorgeous. Whatever you knew about downtown Disney before, everything has completely changed, completely revamped, and they take a lot of the same concepts that what you'll find inside the park. So one of my favorite parks, especially as an adult, is Epcot, just because of the food and drink experience. They have 11 different countries, and you can start at one. It's all in a big giant circle, and you can literally start in one country and go from one country to the other different countries. And we have an FSC chair breaking out right now, I guess because they're I was rallying over the weekend with different food options. I literally ate until it was physically painful to move. It was impossible. You could not. I took a bite, but my stomach said, no, we're not doing this again today. Like, that's how much food that I had 5 different countries in one day, and then going back to Disney Springs, you take a lot of the same elements of Epcot, where if you work in that specific country in Epcot, you have to be from that country on a work visa. And so a lot of the different restaurants in Disney Springs, which you don't need a ticket to get into, they allow you, they have those same sort of, I guess, standards that we went to this one place called Enzo's Hideaway twice. We went to this restaurant because it was so good. Authentic Italian, all of the workers in the restaurant are from Italy on a work visa. And one of the things that they brought us that I didn't even really realize, because I'm such a, I guess, a cheese connoisseur, but they have buffalo mozzarella. Not like buffalo sauce mozzarella, but normally the mozzarella that you buy here in the States is made from cows. But theirs is made from buffalo instead, like the animal of buffalo. And there's a significant difference as far as the quality and the taste. It was they were sort of and even the Italians in the restaurant, they were sort of downplaying, I guess, the taste of the stuff because it's not, it is super authentic. But even some of the little additions that they have with the caprese, they have But anyways, if you haven't had a chance to get down to the Disney Springs area, you don't need a theme park ticket. You just need to be able to get to the different areas chops, all that good stuff.
And the coffee. You walk in and you smell
The Giovanni, I think it's Giovanni chocolate shop that's there. We got ice cream from there, and it's so good. And you will keep eating until you throw up. Like, that's how good it is. All of the food down there is.
Well, that's what we've been doing here.
That's a good shrimp still going on. Donna,
It's actually served in an edible waffle.
if I doubt it is edible.
I don't know if it's serving it in a waffle bowl, but I think that's pretty fantastic.
I wonder if it's because of the whole chicken and waffles craze nowadays.
Chicken and waffles.
Not that it's a waffle company, it's chicken and waffles.
Maybe it's the breading that goes with it.
And then there's a lot of sauce, so maybe some people bread, waffle, or like fix the top. The rest of what's going on here. There's a lovely video board here. The problem is the scoreboard is the scoreboard's on, right, it's on the scoreboard and the winner, but it's not actually right.
Moving along with the trend of crazy baseball foods, because we're talking, none of the food that we tried tonight is too crazy. We did have the pizza, the burger pie earlier, which is essentially a burger with pizza buns. Really, really good. But then there's, of course, with Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball, they have all of these different food promos that they bring out each year, and one of the newer versions is what's called a dilly dog, and it's essentially kind of a hollowed out pickle. And they take a hot dog, and they put it inside the pickle, and then they bread the outside of the pickle and deep fry it. So it's almost like a corn dog, but wrapped in a pickle. And that was one of the things that led to a lot of people online that they drew the line. You're not having a dilly dog. But I thought it looked delicious.
Yeah, I would try it in a heartbeat.
Heck yeah, I would try it.
I would absolutely try it.
No, it's actually funnel cake.
Yeah, it just scratch shaped funnel cakes.
Oh, okay. So it is really fun.
It's easier to eat. This is how
There was a couple other things on the list. Tuna poke bowl at Dodger Stadium. I don't think that's too weird. Lobster poutine at Fenway.
I don't know that I would get it anywhere other than Dodger Stadium, though.
Maybe at Marlins too. The only one that was a slightly questionable to me is the Rocky Mountain Po' Boy at Coors Field. It's a sandwich with garlic sauce, guacamole, green chili ram, pico de gallo, and then Rocky Mountain
Not everybody can play and they can speak.
I think we saw a lot of hits. I mean, this is a really fast game.
Seriously.
Only 2 hours and 9
That's kind of the way it's supposed to be, right? Maybe I'm trying to speed it up.
The attendance was around 6.
Oh, yeah.
9,613.
Wow.
Interesting. I read online that it was 11,000, so I thought it didn't really
It might have been sold out, but this is probably when you
Or maybe the 11,000 is if they bring in extra. Because those Jack Sports Company said it was completely sold out and there were grand additions to that. So either way, fantastic event tonight, and certainly the crowd is going to fill out.
What do you say?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're going to stay here and eat.
We don't have to scream.
with our food. All right, so getting back to food at the ballpark that we would not eat.
Anything you wouldn't eat, because I got one that I don't like the big burgers. I love burgers, and I love the different experiments that people have with burgers. But what I don't like is when they're so big that you can't realistically take a bite out. Right. That is more for show than for actually eating it. So that's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah, like our burger grinder was massive, but
right. You can actually take a bite.
How much was that?
I think
Okay, so
that's
yeah, that's true. Certainly, a lot of people. But see, here's my problem. I love, the average hot dog. It's awesome. I feel like just one, and I'm still hungry, but I don't want to eat 2 hot dogs either. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of calories. And I'm usually drinking beer, so I don't want to be too full of 2 hot dogs. But the burger pie is fantastic because just one piece of it, you're not hungry, but you're also not stuffed.
And a lot of my parents, just went last week in the car, and so they went to a couple games, and then one, my dad's the box roll, because when you go see the Red Sox, you cannot not have a sandwich. And that was great.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's going to have a higher price.
That's going to be one. Whereas
I mean, honestly, I could have probably even had less of it if I was going to eat anything else or if I was drinking beer or something. But considering, we're doing the show, I eat tires, like burger pie. But at a ball game, I probably could do half of that and be perfectly fine. By the way, thanks to Teller for that. I knew coming into tonight, Florida had beaten FSU 11 out of the last 12 games. Now 12 out of the last 13, including 7 straight, and that is a new record for Florida. So Florida State baseball is a terrific program, but for some reason Florida just has their number, and they certainly do here at the baseball grounds where Florida has won a lot of games and enjoyed a lot of that as well. Back to food. All right, here are a few of my under-the-radar restaurants. Okay. I love American food, sure, it's fine, but I love ethnic. Right? Like non-traditional American food is my favorite. So, Salad Pad Thai is a restaurant in this tiny little food center in Jackson. And it is authentic and delicious. Yeah. And spicy, look at spicy. I have a girlfriend who's Thai, and she recommended this place. We've been going there ever since. I absolutely love it. There are some other Thai places at the beach, but that is my favorite. We'll come back and check into some more and keep it on the NFL as well. It was Thompson Hills built by three designers. Homes on Connection. He surprised me when he said great guy.
Well, I have 8.
It was, I thought it was only like 8-12 and it was, so I was like, did we go past? And so then I got 10.
He probably doesn't want to get in trouble with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice.
That's what I like. Clear all out.
Well, what I wish is, like, for the broadcast, they could block off just that area so that we
Instead of a 3-hour game, we had a 2-hour game today. It's actually great because if this would have been a 3-hour game, it would have been right at the end of the show. Perfect.
I remember one year we were.
Yeah, one year we were, and that was better.
Yeah.
I don't know why we down here.
We seem to be pretty good at with them.
Well, I'm sure that Frank picks where it is. So I assume, I could be wrong, I just assume he
Play the
picks.
song before the
Why
game.
would Frank pick that? Well, it's not always that way.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I guess for him, the games are going on for an hour during that show, but I don't know. I'll have to ask him if he picked down here or if they just moved him down here. I
It
don't
was
know.
fantastic. Saturday
Where's the
night,
sun when you want to get
place called The Crossing. Saturday night, I found out the whole night. They've got a live band.
But who played it?
That was
And I love this.
live for that.
I think the opening night is a Wednesday. Right? 11? Jumbo show. Sorry, I'm looking at the thing that says opening night. So yeah, you would not be reading my mind at night. What? I don't know if Marcel was. I didn't ever see him though.
Usually wherever Dan goes, Marcel goes.
I think pictures Dan was taking were on the field, so. He's doing, I think, a TV hit from here, like 6:30 or so.
Does Tyler know he has somebody out there using his photo?
Huh?
Does Tyler know he has somebody out there using his photo?
Using his photo? I don't know. Ask him.
Hey Tyler. You know there's somebody online using your photo on Twitter?
That's creepy. What did I say? Did you contact them and tell them?
No, I don't.
Thank you.
No, I want to be sure.
Jaguars beat Ryder in his car lot to two inside the home team's line.
Am I bringing this back? Tyler, will you text me when you have a song for the other teams?
Where quality matters.
Built by Dreamfinders Homes.
Presented by Green Juniors and American Window Products.
On 1010 XL, 92.5 FM.
Well, that was a food tease. A few more under the radar best restaurants in Jacksonville.
You go ahead and keep talking and just make me eat.
You keep eating, and I'll make everybody else hungry if they haven't eaten yet. All right, so I just mentioned Salad Pad Thai in Jax Beach. Also in Jax Beach, Camilla 86. Have you been there, Blythe?
Haven't.
Oh, it's so good. So they have both hibachi and sushi, and I love it all. And they also have these adorable little rooms where you can go and like take your shoes off, and then you can have kind of a picnic together and hang out. And the food is literally fantastic. Like, I'll eat sushi pretty much anywhere, but Camilla 86 is, I think, has the best sushi in all of Jax. And they're actually opening a new location in Neptune Beach. So now there will be a Neptune Beach and a Jax Beach. So they are growing. Also, Pho Viet in Mayport. So if you like pho, which some people call it pho, but I've been told it's pronounced pho in Vietnamese. So Pho Viet in Mayport. My dad took me there. Oh my goodness. Do you like pho?
I do. Hanger Bay is another one in Mayport. I try not to give out my Mayport gyms because last time I did this, now Safe Harbor, as a line out the door every time I go, and I'm tired of people learning about this place. That's good for local businesses, but every time I go, the line is out the door, so I'm hesitant to give my secret spots in Mayport. But Hanger Bay is one, Simply Tasty Thai, it's a husband and wife team that own Simply Tasty Thai and Hanger Bay, so their restaurants are right next door to each other, and they the wife operates one and the husband operates the other.
Speaking of Safe Harbor, so all of Brian's been friends with fishermen, and they're so generous, and usually when they go offshore, they catch a lot, so they have extra, so they'll give us fresh fish. And one of the best things is you can take your fresh fish to Safe Harbor, you just tell them what it is, you tell them how you want it cooked, and then you get two sides with the fish that you have them cook for $7.
That's awesome.
$7, and you're right on the water, and you didn't have to do a dang thing. Well, especially in our case, we didn't have to catch it. And for the other guys, they did have to, go and go catch it, but what's more fun than catching a fish? So that's a phenomenal thing, but yeah, sorry, Blythe. Safe Harbor was already busy. I'm certainly not going to make it worse by telling everybody about that secret. And then I have one more, and that is Bluefish in Avondale. So if you've never been to Avondale, St. John's Avenue in Avondale, one of, I think, the most gorgeous places in all of Jacksonville is that street with the beautiful live oak trees, and then there's a mellow mushroom, and there's Mojo's number 4 is right there. I love seafood, so therefore I love Bluefish. They've got raw everything, and it's fantastic. Great service, great bar. Any other under the radar restaurants? I really could have done a 2-hour show.
I could keep talking.
You two are the more foodies. I sat here and got funnel cake, fries, and nachos.
Well, actually, you are a foodie.
You just don't know it yet. My parents are kind of the same way. My mom was a born and raised in Jacksonville, and she's never really started exploring the food scene. And so I started pushing them to do so. They've done like more of like the corporate environment, the chain restaurants. That's what they've always gone to. But really, over the past 5 to 10 years, Jacksonville has grown as one of the food capitals of the South, in my opinion. And along with the craft brew scene that's here in town and the distilleries that are popping up all over the place, this really is it's a blossoming location as far as like food and arts and culture is concerned.
Have you been to the new Gilbert's in Jacksonville?
Oh yeah, that's a I don't even want to call it a hidden gem, but Gilbert's Hot Chicken, they have some of the best hot sauce on the planet.
Is that the same restaurant?
Well, they have two. There's one that's more of like a fast casual type dining atmosphere that's right off First Street, and then in the back of the building, in the old Sea Chasers location, that's where it's a little bit more like a nice dining experience.
Oh, I meant there's a place right off the south side of
that's another. Chef Kenny Gilbert, who is he's cooked. He's been a personal chef to Oprah in the past. He cooked her Thanksgiving meal, for God's sakes. But he has several locations all across, even in Fernandina, now in Jacksonville. The two restaurant concepts that he just opened in Jax Beach are fairly new. I think they opened up maybe December, November-ish time frame.
It's still on the permanent sign.
No, it still says Sea Chasers. I think on the technically on the sign, but it's one of those newer places. The Mini Bar Donuts place is down in Jax Beach. That's a phenomenal location because that's one of those. The problem I have with a lot of these donut places that are popping up is that you can only get one huge one, and you gotta be, I guess, a little picky unless you just order and you just don't care. But the great thing about Mini Bar Donuts is that they're mini. They're like the size, a little bit bigger, they fit in the palm of your hand. But you can get a bunch of them. You can try different flavors and like crispy treats and Pop-Tart flavors and Fruity Pebbles and s'mores and all that good stuff. If you just want a sampler pack, it's phenomenal. I waited in line for like 2 hours to get these damn things.
Wow, 2 hours?
It was opening day too, so that was I think that affected it a lot.
That's intense. All right, let's get it to the NFL. The Titans signed Blaine Gabbert from the Jaguars quarterback. He's their backup quarterback to Marcus Mariota. Blaine Gabbert has not been nearly as bad as he was when he was here in Jacksonville. So is this a good move?
I feel like he did this out of spite because he really does not like the Jaguars organization. Chad Henne visited with the Titans, but chose to sign elsewhere with Arizona. But with Blaine Gabbert, I feel like he wanted to get back in the AFC South. He wanted to beat the Jaguars last season, and he did. But he really was vengeful in that game, especially at the end of the game.
Wouldn't you have been if you were him, if you played for a team and all you got was everybody?
But he's a jerk. Everybody knew, especially media-wise and even fan-wise, they knew that Blaine was a jerk. And so it was good riddance whenever he left because he didn't want to take the blame for anything. And then he goes to Arizona. He's still a sort of a backup position. He's a backup quarterback for life. And now he wants to come back into the division. And the only thing that's going to be satisfying to me is that twice a year we're either going to shove Mariota's face into the ground or we're going to shove Blaine Gabbert's face into the ground.
This to me is the prime example of me being hesitant on Mike Ricketts as a head coach. Why would you say I mean, yeah, there was a spark of something in San Francisco, but I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, as far as backup quarterbacks go, obviously he wasn't going to come back to Jacksonville nor the Jaguars have to.
I'd riot.
No, but I don't think he's a bad backup quarterback. He was able to beat this defense last year, and granted, the wide receivers had a terrible game.
Yeah, but that was traveling over to San Fran, and they never beat
Arizona. Yeah. But yeah, West Coast. Yeah, same difference. But still, I think he's a serviceable backup quarterback. I'm not ever going to say he's good, but I think what we saw when he was in Jacksonville was the product of he only played 3 years at Missouri. That was before Missouri was in the SEC, so he's playing in the Big 12. He wasn't ready for the NFL. Then also that was the year of the lockout, so he didn't have a true offseason. Then I think the offensive line did not do him any favors, but also he got scared in the pocket and he would kind of collapse too.
And none of those guys probably wanted to protect him because he was a jerk.
Right, and then you also had the side of him that came out as certainly being more arrogant than his play would have allowed. And so all of those things I think factored into him definitely needing to go elsewhere. But now that he's gone elsewhere, in a couple Jonathan stops on the way. I really don't think he's a bad backup quarterback. I would much rather actually the Titans have somebody like Ryan Fitzgerald. Fitzpatrick. I always get this wrong. I would much rather have the Titans have someone like Ryan Fitzpatrick than Blaine Gabbert. I still think Blaine Gabbert is good enough with good weapons.
Yeah, he's serviceable as a backup, but I'm looking forward to. He just has that spiteful nature to him. That in the Arizona game, I wouldn't have hated him that much if he didn't. He was talking a little trash after the win too, so that really like just rubbed me the wrong way. He could have been a class act about it, but he's not. He's a jerk.
And there you have it. That's how I think Jaguars fans will always feel about him, and certainly hope that he does not take over and beat them this year. We've been talking a ton about food during this show. Time now to give away the Peterbrook Chocolate Heel. Tyler, take it away. If you know the name of the song or the name of the artist, and this artist will be coming to Daly's Place in 2018, text into the text line driven by Duval Ford. That would be 641-1010. The first person to text in the correct answer will win tonight's Peterbrook Chocolate Heel. It doesn't get any sweeter than
We got a
Peterbrook
whole
chocolate.
new big batch.
Ooh!
Yes.
Now, can you avoid eating those? Like, or do you sneak one from time to time
Well,
and take it
it's
home?
smart because we have them hidden. So I
so you don't
tend
have
to
to look
forget.
at them.
Yeah, I
That's
tend to forget they're there.
That's good. All right, do you guys, we started talking a little bit about the Rams earlier in the show. Do you guys like the moves that the Rams have made?
I don't like anything when it comes to the Dominican Sue.
That's the only one that worries
Yeah.
me. Just because I think him going into an established locker room helps.
Right.
But he's that kind of guy who.
Did he do this to get money? Because that's what it seemed like in Miami. Or is he going to actually participate in trials?
I think maybe Miami was a little bit of the environment. So, they was sort of like the reputation that Jacksonville had for a while. Like you're just going to go there and collect a paycheck. And I think that's kind of what Miami has been for a little while. And maybe going into a situation where they're clearly win now mode might help him turn that extra gear into where you can see some of that past performances of what you saw with Detroit.
It's very interesting to me having now both Akeem Talib and Marcus Peters joining forces and now with Dominican Sue. Akeem Talib, especially with the Dominican Sue's type of like attitude issues that you've heard through the past. I wonder how that all gels. And I mean, they're all on the same side of the ball defensively. So are you ever going to get this into a situation where, like I think potentially the Yankees might have this year, where egos are really going to step all over each other? Or could potentially. I feel like that may happen with
Well, and it helps with the young head coach. And the same thing with the Yankees that you mentioned. Aaron Boone might be able to, he seems like a player's kind of guy. He might be able to calm it down